Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Galloway and Isabel podcast. My name is Thomas Galloway. To my left,
Noah Galloway.
And Noah, tell us about your week.
Okay, so Sunday, I can't really remember what I did on Sunday, so we're just gonna skip to Monday. So, Tommy, Evan, Caden, and I, we did a podcast, and it was obviously great. And then we played some Spike Bowl after that. And then after that, we got to the main event, which was wrestling.
I'm so sorry.
Bro.
Sorry. My bad.
And then so I started wrestling Tommy, took him down, choked him out in a tight 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, moved on to Caden, took him down.
No. You're leaving out the part where I broke out, bro.
And then I had him in a good chokehold for about a minute or so. And then I didn't want to hurt the poor boy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I just relinquished my position, but I think we all knew who really got the better of that interchange.
Mm-hmm. So are you gonna go through your whole week like this? That's my main question. But so, Evan, our good friend Evan Isbell, who's flying to Florida as we speak, I like how quietly you're eating that.
Oh no, I'm trying not to make something.
He's flying to Florida as we speak, and he did a video about our podcast the other night, which we'll get to a little more in depth, the reaction to that podcast, because we all know how that was, how that went. We were talking about how we would kill someone we're about to introduce in a short time period. But anyway, check out that video.
Still alive, by the way.
So as I was saying about my week,
wait. Check Evan's video on YouTube about that night out, which talks about the wrestling, the podcast, the spike ball, all of that fun stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have anything else about your week? Just do the highlights.
Okay.
Highlight reel.
So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that was a lot of schoolwork. So I'm gonna rewind it back to Tuesday. And so, but we're not going to talk about Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Caden came to class with me. He came to class with me.
Really?
Yeah, to college. Yeah, you can do that tomorrow if you want to.
Can you say the night?
And then,
I borrowed my dad's car.
It doesn't really matter.
See,
I literally cannot care less.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Can I tell you a quick story?
absolutely, dude.
I mean, you haven't been introduced yet, but it's okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's fine.
I had a flat tire in my car.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I had to put a spare on, and Dad wouldn't let me take the car with my car with my spare.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having a big argument, shouldn't I be able to take my car with my spare? You know what I mean?
Right.
I know this sounds a lot like a conversation a 14-year-old would be having, but Dane is actually. How old are you?
I'm 19.
No, you're not. You're 18, right?
I'm 19.
You're 19?
Bro, you're 14! I turned 19 June 14th.
June 14th.
Yes, that already happened.
I got a Snapchat notification. About this is Dane Christner's birthday.
Did you send anything?
Guess what I did?
He didn't do anything.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I saw a notification. I was like, okay.
Yep, wipe that out.
No big deal.
So as I was saying, Caden came to class with me, went to a couple classes with me, and it was pretty dope because he was just really getting into the discussions and stuff, answering questions and stuff.
Wait, he was in
not okay.
Yeah, he came to class and it was dope.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you understand how college classes work, but
I don't know.
You don't have to swipe anything. There's no security or anything.
Well, I didn't know. I thought the teacher would
recommend.
recognize.
Yeah.
Well, they do.
I'm
it's
sure
just
he
not
did.
a big deal.
I just didn't say anything, and he didn't say
Really?
anything. Yeah, and so Caden just answered questions. It was pretty baller because a lot of people in the class don't even say anything.
Yeah.
It's just me and this other kid right in the front, and then Caden comes in hot. He comes in hot and starts dropping fire, dude.
Really?
Yeah. So it was really
That's cool.
fun, and then
Dude, that's what's up.
and then I showed him what I do in the psychology lab, and so
That's your job, right?
Yeah. And so I'm working on getting. I still haven't heard back from the graduate student, but I'm working on getting some hours for Caden in the lab because he might do psychology, right?
Yeah.
In college, so that's super tight. And then,
That's awesome.
Wednesday,
That's
Thursday,
a great
Friday,
week.
I just doing a lot of schoolwork, and so I'm gonna wrap that up. I feel like the music is playing me off the stage.
Yeah, it definitely is. No, but that's really interesting. That was
Yeah.
good stuff. I like how you went about that mostly. And let's get on to our next person across from me.
Caden DeSilva.
And Caden, tell us a little bit about your week. Except for the parts that Noel already stole.
Yeah,
my bad.
Bro, thanks for that. So Wednesday, didn't really do much. I went to lifting in the morning with my team, and then I got back, just did some work on the Instagram for my podcast, just trying to
Nice.
just trying to grow that, and then Thursday had physical therapy. Didn't really do much, just like worked out again and did some more work with the Instagram, and then went to physical therapy, and then kind of did the same thing Friday, and then Saturday went and got new shoes. Some Adidas,
Nice.
bro. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Just order some Adidas.
Tight.
Awesome.
And then, we're at the mall. I got a bunch of new stuff, and it's pretty tight.
It's tight.
Okay. And last but not least,
Dane Christner.
and Dane, tell us a little bit about your week.
Well, it was a pretty simple, average week for Dane.
Yeah.
But near the end of the week, we had our town fun days.
Nice.
So I played a lot of bingo, lost a
Okay.
lot of money. I won once.
Gotcha.
Only $3
You lost a
though.
lot of money. Okay. I didn't really know that's what happened at fun days of towns. Like a lot of bingo.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
that's like Ogden's thing.
They're bingo. They're really into bingo.
Yeah.
That's definitely not lame.
Are they like
at
all old people?
No, actually not. It's like a lot of people that have like graduated, like are visiting back. So they're pretty dope.
Okay.
But there's some old people there too.
Right.
So anything else like super interesting about your week, or is that mostly it? Oh, tell us about orientation for where are you
yeah.
going to school, young man?
I'm going to the University of Northern Iowa.
Okay. And so this wasn't part of this week, but it was part of last week.
It was last
That's
week,
right.
yeah.
Well, I'm making an exception this week for you.
Because I missed.
Because you missed,
Last
and we
week.
tried to kill you.
Yes.
It seems like you should get a little,
Yes.
a little reward for that. So
Uh-huh.
tell us a little bit about the
For
previous
surviving.
week. For surviving.
Yes.
A little about orientation.
Okay, so it was cool because UNI's orientation was like based on meeting. It wasn't based on getting to know the campus as much.
Mhm.
It was more based on meeting new people in your class,
Yeah.
which was really cool. So I got to meet a lot of new people. Forgot all their names though, because I'm
Yeah.
super bad with names.
Yeah.
But they were dope people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Did you guys play any games to get to know you and stuff? So like, what were some of those games?
So they had this Panther Palooza from 8 to 11, which I stayed the whole time and played basketball and volleyball.
Sad.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got to meet a lot of people there. And they had like board games and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
A lot of
but-
bingo.
No bingo, actually. But so yeah, it was pretty cool though.
I mean, like people can always start clubs at universities, so you could just like start a bingo club.
I know.
Yeah, that's not lame at all. Yeah, that would be really cool. You should think about that. Okay, someone asked me how my week was.
Yeah.
How was your week, bro?
How is it?
Pretty solid. Okay, so I finished a marathon yesterday, and I don't want to talk about a whole lot of this because it's a little obnoxious to the people. I brag about plenty of other stuff. I don't need to spend 15 minutes on this specifically, even though I could.
Yeah.
But I felt accomplished afterwards. I do feel like I could have done a better time because even though I knew that you shouldn't get out on a super fast pace early on, I still did. Like I knew that was a thing you shouldn't do. Still did it. It really got me in the end.
Did a lot of people do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I thought. So it's kind of like you almost like want to
Yeah.
because everyone else is.
Absolutely. In the group I started out in, the pacing group, I already knew it was going to be bad because
Really?
I was the only first time marathoner in that group of like 15 or 20 people.
Really?
So I knew things might not be off to a great start once I heard that.
Right.
But I tried to keep it up for a while. I'm ready for the next one. This it was a good learning experience. I do feel accomplished from it, but I still feel like there's a lot of potential I can reach. And I would also like to try some longer ones, like a 50K or a 50 miler at some point in the future. So yeah, it was fun. I feel good about it. But maybe I'll do like a solo podcast where I just go dive into this all the way.
Definitely.
And I'm sure a lot of people would listen to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wait, is that all that happened?
that's
like your
that's the
highlight?
main. That's really the
Okay.
only thing I care about that happened this week.
Okay.
I would like to know what you thought about last week's podcast where we gave you a nice little shout out.
It was really good. It's interesting watching a podcast that's mainly based on how your friends are gonna murder you. But I liked it. There were some goofs. There were some gaffes.
Goofs.
Yeah.
What were some of the goofs?
I mean,
I'm more interested in the gaffes.
Right.
yeah,
Personally.
and I mean, like when you were standing on the chair. That was a good one. When like everyone was like checking out your outfit,
Yeah,
and
well-
then it came straight to murdering
Yeah.
me. But
A quick, aside about me.
okay, yeah.
These shorts I'm wearing again that I wore in the last podcast.
Oh, you wore the. Oh, I thought those were.
Apparently, people think these look like boxers.
I think
They
look
do.
Like
They
boxers.
do.
And I wear them out
Throw
in
it down in the
public.
comments. But
I wear them out in public all the time.
And do you get like? Does anyone ever say anything?
No,
Dude,
but
yeah,
there's a lot of whistles.
He started.
Wow.
He started talking to this chick. We went to Starbucks. Started talking to this chick behind the counter. I don't think she saw his shorts, but if she did, dude,
She'd be asking for his number.
She'd be like, "Who is that baller?"
For
Yeah.
sure, dude. Look at those glutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would have been knocked over,
Okay.
defenseless.
Yes.
Yeah, but she
By
didn't
your
see them,
boxers. Yeah,
and
by your boxers.
by my boxers that I wear out in public. I will admit that that this has been like a common reaction to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's okay. Like I want people to look at like, is he wearing boxers? No, those are probably okay for public. That's pretty baller.
It's right on the.
Yeah, look at all that BDE.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Look at all
And-
that junk in the trunk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Amen.
Okay.
So, this brings me to another good point. Dane, what was your recommendation earlier before we started the podcast about what I should do with the buttons on my shirt?
Okay. I feel like I should look at the camera.
For this is that's appropriate.
Yeah, because this is a more like
You're
visual,
interacting
This is a
with the
visual
people.
thing.
Yeah.
This is how they're gonna interact. Okay, guys. So I came up with this brilliant idea. So on average, how many likes do you get? 7?
7 to 10
7
per
to 10.
video. That's
Okay.
another thing. Oh, real quick. This
We
is
gotta
a good
get
deal.
we gotta get your viewer base active.
Okay. Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So
Okay.
people watch our videos,
Mm-hmm.
and that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we don't have a ton of subscribers. We don't have a ton of likes on individual videos or comments. So we appreciate you watching the video,
Yeah.
but not that much.
Okay.
We need you to interact with it, do some liking,
Definitely.
some subscribing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
bump those numbers up a little bit. Just looking at us, we get it.
Absolutely.
That's not enough. Yeah.
Right.
So go ahead.
Okay, guys. So as you can see right now, Tommy has unbuttoned his shirt a
lot.
little more than a little more than average. Okay. So there's some ladies watching this.
Obviously.
Maybe even some dudes. I don't know. And you're seeing this, and you're like, "Whoa! I want to see a little bit more of this, right?" So if we can hit 20 likes. Wait, what if we did? That'd be actually awesome.
That'd be
If
awesome.
we get 20 likes on this video, Tommy's the next podcast. If you guys are true devoted fans, he will unbutton one extra button, and you'll get closer and closer to seeing all of that as we progress on the podcast. So
All of that.
yeah,
I agree to this plan.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you guys saying?
Wow, that's good.
I'm all in.
Definitely. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, so we will see if the audience is all in.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see.
I'm assuming they will be.
Oh,
It seems like a pretty obvious thing for me. They just really haven't had the incentive on the past videos. Like they didn't know about this opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's why they weren't liking it. I get it. But now they all know what's up.
Yeah.
I am tempted to move this to the beginning of the podcast, considering how important it is.
Okay. Ooh, I like that little.
But that seems a little tacky. We don't need that much attention.
No,
we're not desperate. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's one group that gives off the least vibe of desperation, us. Okay.
Absolutely.
So what I'd like to do next, this is what I want to say earlier, as we're discussing our audience. Okay, so we got some listener suggestions on how to kill Dane.
Really?
Yeah.
Some comments?
Some recommendations, not so much on the video, but sent directly to us.
I see.
Some of us.
Yeah.
Right.
On what to do.
Are they? Sorry, real quick. Are
yeah.
they like?
Do you know who
Can
sent
you?
them?
Can I? Like, are you gonna tell the audience?
Absolutely
who-
not.
Oh, okay.
This is I
I
need to
see.
protect their
Yeah.
anonymity.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's something we take a lot of pride in on the podcast. Not
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so The problem was our audience apparently has no imagination or creativity whatsoever.
Okay.
Because we were on the podcast, we were talking about like filling your intestines with hay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were talking about, I think Caden or Noah or both of you talked about putting a cage on your head that had rats in it and letting them do their thing.
They did, like, that's a torture thing, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it sure is. And then I recommended slitting your throat as you ate your favorite ice cream. I think is...
That one was one of the least creative.
Least creative.
Slicing. I mean...
Well,
yeah.
But I would be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
That's true.
Listen, so I think there's nothing cooler than Dane, like, your favorite ice cream, you're about to eat it. Just picture this. Picture you know, actually, where this comes from is one time you were having a cookie. And you were eating a cookie and you were sitting on your couch, or a couch. And you were enjoying that cookie, like, more than I feel like most people enjoy anything in their entire lives. You were so focused on it. And I was like, I know what I would do if I had to kill him. Yeah. This would be the moment. So just think all the, like, the bliss that you're experiencing right as you're about to put ice cream in your mouth. I slit your throat. So
you're saying you were watching me eat a cookie on a sofa and you were thinking of killing me? Is that what you're saying?
I did, like, in the back of my mind, I was like, if I have a reason to, which that reason came very quickly, I would be obligated to do
this
that.
Would be a good...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so I think this has been a good recap of the Kill Dane podcast.
Right.
You obviously are still alive.
I am.
We have forgiven you. Mm-hmm. And you're handling it very well.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was some comments on your facial hair in the podcast.
There was.
I gotta say, for your age, whatever it is,
19.
You maybe,
We still don't know.
You have great facial hair, dude.
Okay.
You have better facial hair than I did at your age.
Okay, and you have pretty good facial hair right now.
Exactly. That's why it's such a big compliment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think that's about enough of that. This is another reason why I can't specifically talk about who the people were that reached out to us with such awful recommendations, is because you know how like they stopped putting terrorists on TV after they bombed a place.
Yeah,
they wouldn't give them the recognition because then other terrorists
would want to do it
because they thought they're getting that incentive. That's why I can't tell these people's names and say like, oh, so and so had a great recommendation. Well, first of all, no, they didn't, and second of all, and then second of all, we don't want to give the incentive to people who have bad recommendations and think they're going to get mentioned on the podcast. Not happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's like
what the heck?
Wait, did you chuck it over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad's calling me. I don't know why.
You can pick up.
Yeah,
we
go
can
for
just
it.
cut this
Papa
out.
Silva, dude.
Papa Silva.
That's Silva, but...
Oh, God.
Yeah, just take care of that. 4:20 in the afternoon.
I used to go, 420. 420, baby! Oh, baby!
Welcome back to the podcast.
Yes.
I can't wait to leave that in. That is 100% staying in. Okay, before we get to our main topic of the podcast, which is officially the main topic, but might actually be just a partly topic. Mm-hmm. This is a rival to LaCroix. LaCroix, assuming you're watching this right now.
Sorry.
we are considering switching our allegiance to the fine folks at Perrier if you don't do something very quickly. Okay? So be on alert. Your sponsorship opportunity on this podcast is limited. Dane is taking off his sunglasses. That's how serious this is. And you better stand at attention and get working on it. Does anybody else have anything else to add?
No.
I've never tried it before, but it looks like it would
Take
compete.
a sip.
I'll give it a little sip.
I don't know when that was opened.
Okay. Yeah. It's empty, if you were wondering. So. But it smells good. So.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do right now, here's the thing. This is what we were going to do last week on the podcast, was get to know Dane a little bit more. Mm-hmm. because as we mentioned then, we had done a lot of podcasts with Noah, myself, and Evan. We've done podcasts with Caden, myself, and Noah.
Mm-hmm.
But we hadn't really done a podcast where it's just like you, like get to know Dane. We were just talking about other random things.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to get to know Dane a little bit more. At the same time, we also wanted to get to know Caden a little more because he's only been on a few podcasts. So right now, are you familiar with the Newlywed Game?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I explained a little bit to Caden about it, but it's basically if you and a girl were getting married, someone would then have some questions, and then I would ask your future wife or your wife what's his favorite meal ever or whatever.
Okay.
And then she would try to get it right. And if she didn't get it right, she wouldn't know you very well. Basically, it's trying to figure out how well we know you
Okay.
or your spouse knows you.
Yeah.
So we're changing a little bit. I'm going to ask you guys some questions.
Alright.
And then
Is this like us? Like,
no,
are
so
we
you're,
the
just
spouse?
forget the whole like newlywed idea.
Okay.
You guys aren't married or getting married. But I'm gonna ask you guys questions. I'm gonna ask you guys questions, and then we're gonna try to guess. I'm gonna say like, what's your favorite time of day?
And I'm gonna try
And
to
then-
guess his.
No.
Okay. Wait, what?
And then we're all gonna try to guess what your favorite time of day is.
Ah,
And if we
I
get it
see.
right, we don't really keep track of points or anything. It's just we're all kind of guessing. So whichever person we're doing, we're all trying to guess what their favorite thing is.
Okay.
And this could go really well or it could go terribly.
I
I
feel
have
like
no
I'm
idea.
getting the really well vibe.
I agree.
I'm
me
actually
too.
quite excited.
Okay.
Alright, let's do it.
Well, we're gonna start out here. The first question is considering it's summer. So besides like sucking down smoothies, what is your
It's really good.
Yeah,
what
dude.
is your favorite? Thank you. What is your favorite thing to do in the summer? So I'm gonna try to guess, or Noah and I are gonna try to guess. We're all gonna try to guess for you two, and then you guys tell us what your favorite thing to do in the summer. So you guys think about that for a couple seconds.
Okay.
Do you guys know? Like, and you can have a couple of guess. Like, if I guessed like two different things for Caden, he could say, "Oh yeah, you got one of the two." I'll kind of like, "Good job," you know, one of those
Okay.
things.
Mm.
All right. Do you have your answer ready?
I do. For me, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And let's all try to guess Dane's, and then we'll try to guess Caden's. What's
Sorry, I'm not trying to guess him too.
You're trying to guess him too. We're all just
Okay,
trying to guess
alright.
him, and then we'll all try to guess you.
Alright.
So Dane, this is my personal guess. I think it's just like swimming in a pond.
Dang.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, you didn't get it, but.
that's
I'm just saying.
that's the exact thing you would do if I
Yes.
got it right.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
okay.
like, dang, you
No,
got
if
me.
you got it right, I give you the.
Oh, the
Double.
double. Good
The double.
to know.
Right,
Good to know.
right.
So I'm just
Okay,
gonna give
well,
you the.
So
Yeah,
in the,
I'm sorry about
in the
that.
past, I've asked you about like your daily schedule in the summer, and you've told me that you like to go to the pool a lot. So
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking, you're kind of a what are those like things you like to jump off of?
diving boards.
Diving boards, yeah. I feel like you're kind of like a backflip diving board jumper offer,
Absolutely.
dude.
Flipper.
And like flipper,
dude.
yeah. And so like I feel like you just be all in on that, and I feel like you do that every single day.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have any different guess? I think we're pretty close on this.
I think chilling with the boys, hanging with the boys.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think we need to make this broad.
It is a. It's a.
a water
Mine's not
road.
very specific.
Yeah, I think it's just
So-
like messing around on the water with your bros.
Okay. So. I'm
So
gonna say
now just tell us if we're right or wrong.
my favorite thing to do in the summer is to travel.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
vacation.
That was super broad.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I'm not blaming you. That's perfectly fine. Like
Yeah.
that's a good answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Where's your favorite place you've ever gone?
Montana.
Montana, like the mountains of Montana.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I could have guessed that actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if it was Dane's favorite place he'd been to, because
My
I
favorite
knew
thing
that.
to do in Montana is to swim in the lake.
Oh.
So I mean, I'll give
Okay.
you guys some credit.
I appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to guess for Caden now. I feel pretty confident that it is like practicing football related, and I'm just gonna
Right.
I'm gonna make that my answer like that broadly, like either running routes with his boys, or just general football drills.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any alternatives?
I mean,
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So no.
I'm gonna go with chilling with the boys.
I think that's a good one too, because like I think
'Cause I feel like-
our hanging out here plans.
Yeah.
I think he enjoys losing money to me in poker
Oh, yeah.
on a regular basis.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Yeah. Okay. So what's your answer, Caden?
My answer is working out in the summer, like running around with my boys and stuff.
Yeah, boy.
Exactly.
Ding ding.
Ding ding.
Okay. Okay. Let me try to think. This is a good opportunity for you to tell some of your stories here, Dane. What is the
Ooh, great.
thing? Huh?
I said, ooh, great. I'm excited.
Nice.
Sorry.
No, dude. Nothing.
You doing?
Nothing
know.
to be sorry for, bro. You are killing it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think it's the glasses.
Yeah. I agree.
Absolutely.
I felt very pimped out last week when I was wearing the glasses. Very ready to podcast.
You know what? I'm going to take them off now and let's see.
I would say
what
my
happens.
It's already getting worse.
Okay.
my favorite part of Dane in this podcast was when he was swiveling to the right and looking at the camera and talking about like Tommy's little get up he's
That's
wearing.
the best so far.
Yeah.
Because it was about me, which makes sense. Or because of the way he did it.
Just the way he did it. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So what is the thing that you'd most likely end up in jail for? All right. I don't know if you guys really have an answer to that. I think this one actually seemed kind of hard, but it is opportunity to
This isn't me.
tell your story about. Also, we can tell the story last year. We were at the pond and they thought you were the missing kid.
Yeah. That was
I wanna tell
frightening.
that story. Okay, let's. When you guys are thinking about what your answer is to what you're most likely to go to jail for,
Okay.
let's tell that story about Dane.
You want to tell it? Or?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay,
a
you
lot.
tell it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So last year, we were at a pond or a lake.
I think it was a lake. Big Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's a lake,
That's
they
definitely
should,
not a pond.
but they should be embarrassed of themselves. We
Yeah.
need a new classification of bodies of water somewhere in between pond and lake, because if that's a lake, that's embarrassing. A lawn.
I'm trying to make sense. Just trying to make sense.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, or a pake, which is way
Yeah.
funnier, but
Mm-hmm.
a pake or a pock. I like pake.
Pock.
Okay, so anyway, we were at this body of water, and there was this thing you could jump off of into the lake.
Like a dock.
Yep, the dock.
A dock, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was not allowed. It was illegal to do
Nope.
that.
Yep.
Or not allowed. And everybody was doing it anyway. And we were like, at some point,
Everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
At some point, a cop car is going to come up here and to be like, because people had gotten in trouble before from the cops. And so we were all like looking out for cop cars. Go ahead, yeah. Knock yourself
didn't the year
out.
before someone get fined like a bunch?
That's right, someone did. That's a great addition to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone
so-
actually did get fined like $200, like I got a ticket, like an actual
Yeah.
ticket.
Really,
Yeah.
Like one
For jumping.
specific person.
Because that was the person they saw. Even though everyone was doing it,
okay.
that was the person they were able to identify. Okay, so anyway, we're jumping off of this dock. A cop car pulls up, and we're like, oh, great, they're going to, blah, blah, we knew it was coming. They pick out Dane specifically.
I hadn't even jumped off yet.
He hadn't even jumped off yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they called him over to talk to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I can't tell so much about what that interaction was like. You can probably fill it in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went over there, and a few other people too, but I felt the right to be like,
Thank you.
I need to be your attorney.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
You know? And so I went over there, I was like, so I started asking them why they were talking, why they specifically picked you out. Because you were obviously confused.
Well, there was 50 people there.
Yeah.
And I was in the back, and they walked through everyone.
Yeah.
And went straight to me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, and I was like, why specifically are you asking Dane? Everybody's jumping off.
Yeah.
And they said he fits the description of a kid who's missing. And and I said, okay, what is that description? They said gray shorts and 14 years old.
And like I had hair on my chest, and like my beard was all out.
Yeah, definitely. All of
And
those things are true.
I was like 4 inches taller than him.
Than the cop.
Yeah, I was like.
Yeah, there's a lot tall 14 years
Anyway,
old.
but
Okay, and so anyway, I was upset because he was clearly freaked out. Didn't really know why. They didn't explain it to you. Did they explain it to you, or did I have to actually get that out of there?
I mean, well, they did at the end. After
At the end,
they'd
but I
done,
already asked
making
some
me
questions.
literally poo myself.
So I was like, you guys are freaking this kid out.
Yeah.
You're not telling him what the situation is. You're not telling him that he's not actually in trouble. It's just because he fits the description
Yes.
of this kid.
Yeah.
Oh, this doesn't make any sense. Why are you guys doing this? And they didn't really interact with that question. They didn't really answer it. Maybe because any answer wouldn't have helped them.
Yeah.
And they just didn't want to deal with it. I get it, I guess. But the funniest part was just before that, like the previous 2 days, we've been like making fun of Dane because he kept asking. He goes going around asking people how old he looked.
Right.
Because like someone had thought you looked younger.
Yeah.
And so you were like
16
you were
or
really
17,
you're really paranoid about that.
Yes.
And so then he gets mistaken for a description of a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
it
so
was
that
the
was-
greatest,
yeah.
and that was definitely
Everyone was laughing.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
It was good.
Yeah, it was a good time. But that's a good jail-related story, kind of.
Yeah, and that police officer did the whole like he was all like that intimidating kind of vibe.
Yeah, like bad cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any idea what you go to jail for? I actually feel less enthusiastic about this question, but do you have actual answer for this? Then we can try to guess. Why you go to jail? I don't really know. Yeah.
I almost went to jail one time.
Okay. Do you want to just tell us about that story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. So, it was the night before Thanksgiving, and so we were on Thanksgiving break, and I was with one of my friends, and. My friend's a little crazy, does some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Not crazy, but
Crazy.
living on the edge.
Not crazy.
Getting that adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he says, you know what? Let's go ding dong ditching, dude. Let's just do it. Let's just send it. So I was like, sure, dude. I'll send her. I'm going to try to keep this story as brief as quick.
Well, you're off to a great start.
Yeah, okay. so we went, and we wanted to make sure they weren't old, and we wanted to make sure they weren't already asleep. So we were walking around, and we got this place, and it didn't have a doorbell. So we had to knock on the door.
Yeah.
We did it 3 times, and we rotated every single time. And by the 3rd time, I had to do it. And so I knocked on it, and I ran away, and these LEDs came on, right away. So, the cops were sitting right there. And my friend was sitting underneath a car across from the street. So I ran in the alley and behind a barn, and there was 2 cop cars, and one they saw him right away, and I took off
out of there.
Yeah, out of there. They didn't see. I didn't think they saw him, and they didn't see me, but they asked my friend if there was anyone with him, and he said, "Yeah."
The snitcher.
He is a little bit of a snitcher, yeah, but So I took off for half an hour.
Yeah.
And my idea was to circle all the way around and then back to the vehicle. Mm-hmm. And I got cut off several times by the police. And so I hid in some bushes, not realizing that they had infrared cameras. So they could see me the whole time. And once they yelled my name, they said, "Dane, come out." So I walked out, and
hands up.
But they were super chill, and so yeah.
That's way chiller.
Yeah.
Way chiller than the cops up at the lake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, not initially. They were very angry at me that I was running. But
yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put in perspective how fast Dane is. So we were running away from, long story, but we were running down a dirt path.
But yeah, let's just start there.
In Iowa, up northern Iowa. And so we're all sprinting like a group of dudes. Dane just flies past us all, and we're I'm at a dead sprint. I'm really fast, but then after that, I was I'm obviously pretty slow.
That was the closest thing to a cartoon that I have seen in real life. We were all hauling, and it really felt like we were running fast, and you just flew by the whole group of people. It was very impressive. I couldn't tell if you're actually that fast or you were just really scared.
I think I was just really scared.
I believe both. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. You know what? This podcast might end up becoming another podcast. We keep doing this some other time. Mm-hmm. But I have a couple final questions for you guys because we're already rolling along. We're at 36 minutes here.
Wow.
Yeah. One time, one of the podcasts we did recently, we went on way too long. It got kind of intense-ish, but it wasn't. I don't really think that was interesting. I think it's been a quality amount of time.
Definitely.
I think it's a really good stuff.
Right.
Anyway, do you guys know each of your family members' birthdays?
Oh my word, no.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you do, okay? So I would have. I actually don't know what I would have guessed. So you guys both
I know my brothers.
your family's of 4. Both of you have one sibling.
Yeah.
And your family's of 4.
Yes.
Can you guys tell? So give it. So you think you know. So let's see. Let's see if you can do it. And we're just gonna trust you. We're gonna trust you not making anything up here.
Okay. So my sister's is September 26th. My father's is March 8th, and my mother's is April 13th.
What years were they? Actually, we won't do that for your parents. How old are your sister?
She's 16.
16. Nice. Okay. Attaboy. King, you want to give your best shot?
I know my brothers for sure. December 6th.
Nice.
And my dad's is April? No,
Yeah.
March. I don't know.
One of the two.
It's one of the two, yeah. March something.
It's
And my
springtime.
mom's- yeah. My mom's like, I think, like, a little bit before it is, so it'd be around that too. So I don't know.
Have you seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Ron Swanson's at the doctor's office or the hospital, and they have a form to fill out, and it asks for his birthday, and he writes springtime.
Because he hates birthdays.
That and
Right?
he hates giving out any information about himself.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
What's
did
up?
you see that episode when they were, like, acting like they were planning a huge surprise birthday party for him, and he was getting super, like, nervous about it?
That sounds familiar, but it's kind of all blends together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I know all my immediate family members' birthdays, but outside of that, I would not have any certainty whatsoever
Yeah.
of,
Same.
anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got like one more question for you guys. I'm trying to think of a good one. There's a bunch of stuff like favorite stuff on here. Okay. Oh, I have something for you. Okay. What color? Okay, let's do this. What color of clothing and what just like clothing in general would you wear to a first date?
Red.
And so you guys give this a little thought, and we're gonna. Oh, red. I thought you said rad.
Oh,
I was
see.
like, okay, that's a little strange.
No, I think I know why you were.
That's like a different decade.
Unless
but,
I'm thinking something totally.
Okay, I don't think I would have guessed red.
Well, I heard it's like the most attractive color.
Yeah,
like,
it
makes
makes
it look
yeah,
more
that's right.
attractive.
Yeah.
So probably red.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, red. What kind of like clothing would you wear? Like what kind of like? Just like
Depends on the time
Yeah.
of year, honestly.
It's true.
Let's go
So-
fall or springtime.
Okay. So it's like not too hot, not too cold.
Right.
Yeah.
So probably like a button-up
Yeah, I think that's a
Red.
good call.
t-shirt. Yeah.
Victory red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With like some khakis on
Right on.
and some
Dude.
Vans.
You look fire. Those sunglasses.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You have to put the hat on too.
I'm not
Absolutely.
like I said. I don't know what sarcasm is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what sarcasm is. I'm
Yeah.
not being sarcastic.
Okay.
Dude, you look fire, bro.
Okay. Dude.
Yeah, you knocked it out of the park.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, audience. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else about. Okay, so we've done a good podcast, I think.
Wait, was that just for me?
enjoyable.
Bro.
Or was that for like?
Oh, my
everyone?
bad, bro.
Skip it.
I'm sorry.
Gone.
That's my bad. Okay. Yeah. All right. Tell us what you're gonna do.
Yeah. I would wear. Okay, so you know what I was wearing today?
Yeah.
That's what I would wear today.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
So like
good.
khakis, this shirt right here, and then either those Adidas or like me and you have the same shoes.
Right.
Like you know the ones you wore today. For
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, we have the same shoes. I would wear those. Either those or my Adidas that I just
Good
got,
call.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
No,
Dude, I just came
nice
up with like
watch too.
super
Absolutely.
good topic.
What is it?
I mean, we can talk about.
Tell
it
us what
later.
it is. In
Where would you
Yeah.
take a girl like on a first date or something? I don't know. Like just crazy date ideas or something. I don't know.
This isn't crazy at all, but like getting coffee is definitely I think the best because it's first of all you're not like unless you really know that you might actually like this person. So say you've had interactions with them like in a class or something like outside of the date. But if you just like have introduced yourself and you barely know each other, definitely just coffee. It's not much of an investment. you just kind of know generally. Like, you just can figure it out. You don't have to, like, put a whole meal in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that 100% of the time. But if I actually know them and, like, I don't feel like that's necessary, then straight to dinner and a movie. Yeah. Pretty simple. I don't, at the beginning, I definitely don't want to do anything crazy. Or, like, I don't know why we're talking about this. I would never do this, but, like, going to a zoo.
What?
For a couple hours with a girl. I was having a conversation with someone about that as an option. I'm not saying it's bad. I would just never do that in a million years. Until we were like fully together.
Right.
Yeah. Well, like for a first date for me, I'd like to have something that like you have something to do with them.
Yeah.
So that you're not just like eating dinner and like talking all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Right.
You have something to do.
Yeah, I think also as you get like older into college and stuff, people are better at doing that. They have more to talk about. Yeah. They're just like better at those things. I do agree though. I don't like to like the movie be the very first thing.
Definitely.
It doesn't like people like that because it's like a good like you don't have to come up with things to say at the very beginning, and I get that. But it also like you're just sitting. It feels like you're just sitting with a stranger watching a movie.
Yeah.
You don't know them at all yet. That to me doesn't really make any sense.
I'd say dinner first.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I think some people just do the straight up movie because they don't want to like sit down with not even knowing them at all and like have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone disc golfing with a girl before, first date. Walk is a good one. Just go on a walk.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah.
What was your really good topic that you wanted?
Well, I mean, like a crazy date experience.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
Like awkward or like.
Well, like telling stories or just like.
Telling stories, dude. I think like the audience wants to hear
really
like some of our.
I think they would too.
Yeah.
I think they would be into that topic. Okay.
Maybe we can do it like next time.
I think it's a whole new pod.
Definitely. That's what I think.
Okay, and we'll just like kind of think about this, and not only like our story, but also just like our general opinions on this.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I definitely have some about like the ways you should go about this.
Dude, I got one.
Or like an idea for a podcast, or like an actual story.
It's like a short story.
Okay, save that for the next one. Audience,
dude, I know what to
come back for that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
They'll be hanging on our every word.
I'll just tell you guys like
Absolutely.
And just tell it again.
This is gonna be really fun. We're gonna play a little poker after this.
Eddie.
At some point, we'll just do a podcast that's all poker, like us playing poker.
Okay.
And it'll be hilarious. Our audience will hate us, and that's exactly what we want. We don't want fake fans. If you don't want to watch us play poker for an hour, we don't want you.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. That's the perfect thing to do.
Sorry.
Alright, I'm serious. This was 100% gold. If the audience doesn't like it, this is the way I want a podcast to be. If they don't like this, we don't want them. Out of here. Let's go.
Definitely.
That was great. For Thomas Galloway,
Dane Christner.
Caden De Silva.
Noah Galloway.
everyone, have a great night. Boom, baby.
So.
Let's get it, bro.